State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. You can play sports at the next level. Go to LTURecruitYourself.com today. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. Warrior Hockey. Breakthrough. The Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For schedule, scores, and standings, go to the hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to ReactionTechSports.com for more information. The Salvation Army. Registered to Ring campaign. Support the annual Red Kettle campaign. Go to registertoring.com today. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
And welcome to another edition of Game Time Live here at Novi Ice Arena, along with my broadcast partner, Mike Ivesel. My name is Sean Belegian, and we've got a dandy tonight. East Side versus West Side as Byron Center travels to take on Northville. Mike, let's get right into it. Byron Center knocking on the door for years. They finally pounded that door down and won themselves the Division II championship last year.
Oh, with the studs Pratt and Freuslin, you knew it was coming at some time, and they took that championship game over, and they showed exactly what the West Side had last year.
And I'll tell you what, they haven't dropped too much either this year. The one thing you could say about Byron Center is they've been very good about replenishing the ranks.
Every year it seems like they've got two guys. This year, McKee and Philo are stepping right up, but it's not them alone, Sean. In their bottom six, they've got guys averaging almost a point a game. Their depth could take over this game tonight.
And, of course, when you're talking about the Northville Mustangs, Ryan Ossenmacher's done such a great job of having them progress, and they're led by one of the most dynamic players in the state, a guy who had his coming out party right here on Game Time Live last year against Novi in Mr. McCollum on the D.
Number 7's going to be a part of the Player of the Year conversation all year. When you get in this rink, you hear about him. When he gets on the ice, you see him. What I'm going to be looking for tonight, Sean, is can he distribute that puck and add to the depth players? They need secondary scoring tonight. Let's see if they can get it, led by McCollum.
A lot of orange and black in the barn tonight. So glad you can join us. This should be a dandy. Byron Center taking on Northville right here on Game Time Live.
At Alta Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alta Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting a target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
everybody, I'm Patty Cesarini, and the Salvation Army has teamed up with State Champs Network. And to help the Salvation Army, you can volunteer for their annual Red Kettle campaign. You can do so by going to registertoring.com, and you can sign up as an individual or as a group.
And welcome in to Novi Ice Arena, where before we get started, we will honor our nation with our nation's national anthem. So glad you could join us wherever you may be tonight. This East versus West matchup. Thank you for inviting us into your tablets, your computers, your phones, whatever the case may be. He's Mike Ivesil. I'm Sean Belegian. There is the Northville Mustangs. Really excited for this one, Mike.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Northville's going to bring. You know, they started off slow with that loss to Stevenson, but they came out with a nice win against St. Ignatius and a nice win against their rival Novi. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going against the big boys coming from the west side. And it isn't great to get a west side game, Sean.
Look at Castiglione right there being introduced to the kid cam. You love to see that, right?
A little paisan there.
Yeah.
I like it.
We are ready to get this one going. Props to the coaches for scheduling games like this, Mike. You see games all over the state now, and it's better for the product as a whole.
And it'll do you better when it comes playoff time because that's the atmosphere we have tonight.
Quinn Saul, the goaltender, down at the other end of the ice. And we are underway here at Novi Ice Arena, Northville, Byron Center. Coe sends it all the way down the ice. That is going to be called on the icing. Had a chance to talk to the goaltender's father, Quinn Saul, before the game. Mike, he's a big fan of our work on State Champs, so thank you very much for that, Mr. Saul.
Hey, we could always use fans, Sean. We could always use fans. And speaking of fans, I think there's a lot of fans of number 7 out here, Mr. McCullum, and we're going to get an early look here on these first shifts.
Indeed, we are. Owasik wins that draw back. Owasik, of course, a long-time Mustang. Byron Center keeps the pressure in, though. Kept in at the line. Shot deflects a couple times. Owasik finally gets an opportunity to clear, but he can't. Good job punching it back in by Kaminga. And now a chance for Mustangs to get it out. Ryba carries up. He's going to go off on a change. Dumps it into the far corner. Mustangs try to center it out in front. At the point, deflected. Saul, no problem there. Quinn Saul wearing the number 1. Like that look for Byron Center. That is a sharp jersey, as this is going to go the length of the ice for icing. But can I make one suggestion, and it's a selfish one? Can you help Mike Ivesil and I out with those numbers?
Yeah, we're going to apologize ahead of time. We're going to get a lot wrong.
I can't see a darn thing from here.
But when they were down here, Sean, is it me or does Byron Center always have that size? Number 23, Dylan Kaminga, might be 7 feet tall. But besides that, already a nice aggressive forecheck by number 53, a guy we were talking about in the pregame, Mironov. Keep an eye on him.
Head coach Jordan Steger does such a great job of coaching these guys up. He is A great guy, too, Mike. You and I had a chance to talk to him over the summer. He's the type of guy you can talk to for an hour, easy. And we almost did.
Yes, and I still want to get in and have a conversation about surfing with him.
Draw one back to the point. Northville tries to get the cycle going. Look at Bulldogs keeping everything outside, though, Mike, and finally able to break out. Far wing, 3-on-3, centered out in front. Nice to see Cam McVitie back out there, veteran for the Mustangs. He's able to clear it, goes off on a change. Bulldogs with a chance to break out quickly in transition. Coming up near side, 3 different Mustangs on him. Centering pass, didn't miss by much. Boy, that was rifled. That all began with the good work, Mike, that young man right there, number 8, Braxton McKee. Remember that name if you don't know him already. When you're talking about potential Player of the Year candidates, certainly his name belongs on that list. Topolsky sends it near side, gets out along the boards, and Bulldogs have to give chase in their own zone. Just a couple minutes in, no score.
BC caught them on a line there. They had their top dogs out there. You saw Coach Ossenmacher try to get some guys out, but McKee already had that shift going.
Mustangs content just to chip that in and make a partial change. Bulldogs have an opportunity for a free breakout. They get it to the neutral zone. Battle there in the neutral zone, taken over for the moment by Klein. Klein able to get it back into the neutral zone. Bulldogs take over. Little chess match right here, Mike Iversel.
Yeah, a little feeling out time right here. Northville just wants to get that puck out, see what they can get going.
Wasik now trying to create something for himself. Nearly got in. But Bulldogs, again, able to break out. Content this time to just dump it in, but McCollum takes it there. And in transition, Northville nearly had numbers going the other way, but good defensive play in the neutral zone. Here come Bulldogs again. 1-on-3. That's Gordy Young. That's a fine-looking defender for BC. He's off to a big start already, Mike. 3 goals for a sophomore defender.
We're only 2 shifts into this game, and you can see what's so special about McCollum there. He had that. His first inclination was to skate that puck. He's a great skater. He picked his head up. He hit the open guy and started that rush that almost turned into an odd man rush, which would have been a scoring opportunity for Northville. And then he was back defensively, too.
Marinoff wins the draw back and then gets it back for the moment from McCallum. Ryba content to just chip it back in the neutral zone. Controlled there by Bulldogs. No score. Just about 3.5 minutes into this one. Bulldogs doing a lot of dumping now. Ryba back there. Gets it to McCallum. McCallum, first pass back to McCallum. Outlet pass, hits. Far side, that's Gorky. Gorky just dumps it in. Mustangs go for change. McCallum stays out there, though. There he is with the puck, forced back in his own zone. Goes D to D with Ryba.
More of this chess match, Sean. Just trying to get it in. Everything's a little bit safe.
Long shift there by McCollum, but he's able to get it out. Quinn Saul, the goaltender, has to come out. Leaves it there. Now Bulldogs break out. Here they go. They've got 3. Knocking it into the corner again. Giving chase down there. Luke Philo. There's another name to remember. Look at that long frame, Mike. Here they come again. Shot just missed high. That's Goheen. Goheen still on it. Mustangs with an opportunity to clear it. Can't. McVitie now. Soft play. Safe play. Off the boards. And in transition, here come Mustangs. 1-on-2, though, in the corner. I think we're going to see a power play, though. Ryan Lynn, good hard work, Mike, and I think they drew a penalty.
And let's give credit to that defenseman. Again, with the netting here, I lost the number, Sean, but he had every chance to ice that puck, which I think a lot of young players would have done. He calmly just put that off the boards into space, right? Some people want tape-to-tape passes. A lot of people want tape to space. Get into a space where your guy can get it. That started that rush, which drew the penalty.
Marinoff and McCollum on the points. McKee on the penalty. Draw one back to Marinoff. He sends it over to McCollum. McCollum looking. Set up in that diamond, Mike. Going across the ice. Top of the point. McCollum. Far circle. Boy, they had that set up nicely. Marinoff couldn't get good wood on it.
Yeah, they got McCollum up top as the quarterback. They're going to put it off to the sides of that diamond, Sean, and what they just did and what they're going to look for is that cross ice opening to hit that one-timer.
And I showed my age by saying wood, didn't I, Mike?
Yes, you did.
Those sticks haven't been wood in about 35 years.
Next, you're going to call it a Titan or a Christian.
The good old Canadian 6001.
Oh, those are beauties. They had the best curves.
Full change here for BC as they get fresh troops out there as they try to kill off this penalty. Good work here, near side. Give Goheen credit for tying that up and sending her back. Effective kill so far for Bulldogs. Mustangs, Corriveau going D to D with Ryba. Ryba head up, gives it back to Corriveau. Corriveau forced back into his own zone. Nifty little move there to create some space. Gets it up to Celine. Celine tries to pump it in deep. Bulldogs with a very good kill though, Mike. Only 30 seconds left. Mustangs try to push it to the front of the net. Sent right back down the ice.
They're putting themselves in good position, and they're making it tough on Northville to get anything open. I do like Northville's patience with the puck, though.
Peters leaves it there. Kogan sends it in deep. Mustangs are going to go for a change, wearing that Ville jersey. I love that look. New look for the Mustangs. Sharp new jerseys. Nearly too many men at the
bench. That was very close right in front of him. He hopped, and it's not that he was too many, but he hopped right into the play, Sean.
That's exactly it. You got it. Shot from the point, no problem there. Bounces right back to the goaltender. He says enough of that, freezes it, and the draw will stay deep in the zone. Hey, Game Time Live is powered by Alta Equipment Company. Alta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. I've got my trusty Alta cap on. Don't go anywhere without it. And the coach, Kirk Hunter, made sure I have my other trusty thing, my Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I saw that. You got your Diet Mountain Dew, I got my Snickers.
Mustangs keeping the puck in, sending it back deep, giving chase down there, Marinoff. Trying to create some space. Look at everybody back for BC. Shot from the point, takes a couple bounces in on Saul, kept in. Shot again from the point. They're allowing him to see it, though. No problem. Kicked aside. Goldmouth scramble, finally frozen by number 1, Quinn Saul.
Well, Sean, earlier this week we got to sit down and watch Stevenson and Novi play, and we had the honor of watching that game with Ryan Ossenmacher, and he couldn't speak any more highly of number 3 Marinoff and his maturity as a player and as a young man. You're really seeing it out here on the ice. He is commanding the ice when he is out there. He's got the puck, and everything is kind of running through him right now.
Bulldogs win this draw, able to clear it out of their own end. Nice play to take him off the puck there by Ryba. Now McCollum. You can tell they don't want to give him any real estate. He can skate. Tried to get it in on the backhand. Trying to go for the far wing now. Puck sent back into neutral zone. BC now, the dangerous McKee nearly picked that off. He would have been in alone.
They always have size, and that size always has speed. And Philo and McKee both have speed to go with that size.
Mustangs trying to get the forecheck going. D to D back behind the net. Bulldogs, good breakout into the neutral zone, taken there by McCollum, though. Nifty move at the line. Here comes McCollum, 1-on-3. Use the defender as a screen. Nice shot away, low shot, but Quinsall, no problem there. Now here comes Bulldogs. Look at the length here. Philo centering pass. Oh, dangerous. Bounced off one of the Mustangs in front. That was Klein. And Castiglione had to be very careful down there, Mike, in front of his own net.
good luck stopping that size coming at you that fast. The defenseman did a good job to kind of decrease that scoring opportunity. But some of the players we're talking about, I seem to be talking about McCullum a lot, Sean. I don't think it's bad of me to say is that I've seen him play a few times. I really like the development of his game from where he was, where I saw him last year, to where he is now. He's really looking to distribute before he rushes now.
And let's not forget, he missed a substantial amount of time last year with injury. Shot from the point. Boy, that's what happens when you win those draws, Mike Ives. So that puck came right back to Kuminga, and a nice shot that Castiglione had to be very careful about.
I tell you, it doesn't seem, but every game, Sean, that we are talking about the face-offs dictating where the puck goes and where the pace goes.
No score, 8:07 to go here. First period. East versus West. So used to doing football games lately, pal. BC pumps it in deep, giving chase there. Mustangs. That's McVitie on it. McVitie picking up speed. Loses it there. Now it's BC with a shot. Boy, that didn't miss by much off of Breen. Puck comes back to Breen. Breen. Pass deflected. Good defensive play there by Zaraki to make sure that pass didn't connect. And Mustangs have to regroup in their own zone now. BC getting the forecheck going, but Mustangs able to get it back out into the neutral zone. Turnover there. On the puck now, number 10, Max Jersison. One of a couple of Jersisons on this Mustang team. Puck in the corner. Bulldogs able to skate out with it. Nearly a giveaway at the line. As a matter of fact, it is. Mustangs on it again in the attacking zone. Mike, I'll say this. There hasn't been a lot of quality scoring chances in this game.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Northville's really got to jump to him, Sean, and they are real quick to the puck right now, and they're aggressive on the sticks when they get to that puck. They're making life hard on BC right now.
That one is going to be deflected inside the blue line and go the length of the ice for an icing. Hey, Warrior Hockey is a proud partner of State Champs. Voting has just begun with the Hockey Player of the Year and Wall Awards. Warrior Hockey breakthrough. We can't do what we do without our friends at Warrior. And I always say this, please support not only those that support us, but certainly those that support the game.
Well, we've had a couple nice shifts by BC, putting some pressure on with some uncharacteristic turnovers by Northville, like this right here. This could turn into something.
Gorky had an opportunity to clear it out, but BC on it again, back in behind the net. Stangs get there first. That's Celine to the line, but not out. Another opportunity to get it out, kept in by BC. Good work there by Philo. Unfortunately, off his stick and forced all the way back in their own zone where they regroup and try to get something going. Mustangs, though, with that forecheck. Centering pass, nobody home. I think that was Philo down there. Coming back, defensive responsibility. You love to see that out of one of your leaders. Now coming the other way. 3-on-3. Nice cross at the line. Opportunity in front. Score! Braxton McKee gets the Bulldogs on the board. And, Mike, you could see that as soon as he made that cut 2 feet inside the line.
Yeah, you give him room in the neutral zone around that blue line to pick up some speed like right here. This is tough to stop. He's got speed. Defenseman steps up around, and he's just going to pick the top shelf right there. The goalie was defenseless there with a player like that. But, again, that mixture of size and speed is dangerous.
1-0. Byron Center takes the early lead here. We'll wait for the official scoring play, but I think Philo will get an assist there. We'll wait for the official call. Mike, you tell me. In the meantime, Mustangs looking for an equalizer here. They try to chip it back in. Did you hear the assist, pal?
I did not hear the assist.
Coach Hunter, I think, up here as well. Always appreciate him.
These are our eyes on the score sheet.
Absolutely. We'll get the official assist there. Shot from the point. Boy, nearly deflected in front. Corriveau got a stick on it, went just a wide. Corriveau still on it. BC with an opportunity to skate out, and they do. Staying on side. Boy, what a rush. Look at that rush. Backhand. Didn't miss by much. Oh, baby. Bowling with a heck of a shift there. Nearly going coast to coast.
That looks like a mini McKee and Philo there. They just keep generating these players. They all kind of look alike from Pratt and Froisland last year. McKee and Philo. Maybe coming up in the future we're going to have somebody, you got Alaska here. You've got these guys that are just coming from BC. The West Side's just bringing it, Sean.
Did we get the assist on that goal? Okay.
We'll
wait for it after the period.
I didn't hear one. It was a real quick goal. I don't know if it was unassisted or not.
Okay. I think Philo started the play in the other end, but we'll wait for the official call. In the meantime, draw here right in front of us. Northville gets it to the line, but not out. BC now feeling it. Boy, here's a good shot. Castiglione had to be safe there. Bulldogs buzzing a little bit. Look at the work here by Bream in particular. Marinoff gets it out, and an opportunity for Gorky. He tries to center it for Celine, but sent whence it came. And Bulldogs just going to chip it in. They got to jump now to these Bulldogs, Mike.
Yeah, I think they're kind of wearing them down. We're getting a little bit later in the period, and we talked about depth in the pregame, and it could be getting to Northville. Even that aggressiveness on the puck is slowing down a little bit, which is when we get down to it, led to that first goal. That was coming through when they were coming to the neutral zone earlier in the game. They were on that puck. They were hard on the stick. They gave McKee a little bit of room, and that ended up in the back of the net.
There's Gordy Young. I mentioned him earlier. Having a nice start to his career. Sophomore defender. Lynn with an opportunity to skate out. Couldn't beat his man at the line. Nearly a 2-on-1. This play's going to be the delay. Northville has to touch up. They do, giving BC a chance to get it out. Having a tough time breaking out, though, are these Bulldogs. They've got a 1-0 lead with 3:40 to go here in this first period.
Yeah, you can see Coach Ostenmacher's plan was don't give these guys any room, and they're not giving them much room out here, Sean.
Look at Big McKee using those shoulders, spreading himself out. Bulldogs going D to D at the point. Nearly a giveaway at the line. Coming for some port is Peters, and he's able to get it out into the neutral zone. Bulldogs have had the Mustangs on their heels the last couple minutes, Mike, ever since they scored that goal to go up 1-0. See if the Mustangs can get something going here. That puck promptly pumped back in by Bowling.
I think we're going to see a lot of just get the puck out right now. Let's survive this period. I think the depths are really getting to him.
Vlasic in his feet. Nearly had a chance there. McCollum back on the ice. Smooth skating defenseman. Can do a little bit of everything, that's for sure. Owasic plays it back. Korovo with a shot. No problem there by Saul. Hey, coming up at the first intermission, we'll show you our first top 10 for the State Champs Warrior Hockey Player of the Year, and we'll recap the opening period here on State Champs Game Time Live. Nice to see Coach David Mitchell here tonight, the head coach of Livonia Stevenson. He's in the house tonight.
Taking in a little KLA and West Side action here tonight, trying to get maybe a look at some future opponents.
One of his assistants here as well,
yep.
Former Franklin player, Jacob Cox, great guy. Battle in the corner.
I think that caught him a little bit wrong. It wasn't a reverse hit, but I think he just caught him a little bit funny, and it was one of the bigger players. That's going to leave a mark, but he'll skate it off.
Yeah, Alex Cole looks no worse for the wear. Draw comes out in the neutral zone. 2:25 to go here in this first period. 1-0. Byron Center from the west side on top of Northville.
I think it's going about as we thought it would be. We were calling this a coin flip game, and it really could be going any other way. And probably the one goal scored on the one big scoring chance when there was the breakdown of getting to the puck.
Well, I tell you what, the one thing you see with Coach Steger, coach teams, They move the puck so well, don't they? Nearly a giveaway there. What big hit as well. Kaminga's had himself a period, hasn't he?
Yes, he has been. You've noticed him. He's been a little bit of a menace out there.
Here comes McCallum. Keep an eye on him. One move too many that time, and he nearly got caught. Ryba back in his own zone with Celine there as McCallum, the defender, gets back. And BC content to just dump it in. Castiglione says, nah, I'm going to hold on to that.
You can't not think that that big hit in the corner might have had a little bit to do with that end-to-end chance by McCallum there. Like, oh, you're going to hit me? Watch this. That was really the first time this period that he's tried to do that. And, again, earlier in his career, I think that was every shift. He's really matured, and he's picking his spots now. And that was one of them, and he almost got caught, but he also almost broke through.
Draw one by Bowling. Back to the point. Shot from the point. Didn't miss by much. Mustangs to the line, not out, kept in. Klein gets an opportunity. Able to just not get it out quite yet. As Bulldogs content to keep working down there in the gritty area. Klein off the boards, up to Lynn, to the line, not out, pump back in. Right back to Bowling, centering pass. Boy, big stop there by Castiglione. Nice pass to Dolce, just could not beat Castiglione. But they're on it again, are these Bulldogs. That shot didn't miss by much. They are buzzing now, Mike.
They need a whistle.
Minute of this period. Bowling. Now back to the point. Finally out. Mustangs able to get a much needed change.
Exactly what they needed. That shift was caving in on them and caving in on them fast. As this period's gotten towards the end, Sean, you see them wearing out. Those pucks that were getting out are getting stopped at the blue line and turning into scoring chances.
Philo in his own zone, out into the neutral zone, taken over there by Mustangs. That's Owasik. He's content to dump it in deep. Let's see if the Mustangs have time to create a little something. Player blew a tire in the corner. Puck kept in at the line, in behind the net. Korovo down there. Korovo trying to center out in front. Gets it back to the point. Right back to Korovo. Centering pass. Nobody home, though. 3 Bulldogs standing in the crease, Mike. And Quinsall does the smart thing and covers it up with 10.6 remaining in this first period.
Northville's got to love that. Just when the period looked like it was starting to cave in on them, they get a nice forecheck. They get a nice shift with some scoring opportunities.
Back to schooling. I haven't heard this in a long. Led Zeppelin, huh?
You know,
you
Sean,
want a whole lot of love?
You cannot pay for a good DJ at a hockey game.
No.
It makes or breaks our game because we start to get a little goofy as these games on. The DJ keeps us focused.
Well, you know, if you remember, when we were up at Traverse City last year, the DJ took requests.
Yes, they did.
And you requested Pearl Jam,
Yes.
and by golly, they played Pearl Jam.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They went back to their first album, 10, you know. And,
I'm familiar
and
with
for
that.
them. Yeah.
I listened to that with you a few times, I think,
Yeah.
over the years. Big draw down in the BC zone, controlled by BC. Bulldogs get it to the line, but not out. They're back in behind their net. Big hit. Seal the puck in the corner, and the Bulldogs are going to come away with a 1-0 lead after 17 minutes of play. Well, as we mentioned, don't you go anywhere. We are going to head back to the State Champs studio. In case you missed it, how about our inaugural list of the 24-25 season? In the meantime, I can tell you after the first period of play here in Novi, Michigan, it's the Byron Center Bulldogs holding a 1-0 lead over the Northville Mustangs on the State Champs Network. All right, before we go to the break, how about we throw it to the third man of our broadcast crew, Robbie Elliott. All right, we'll try to catch up with Robbie in just a minute. Mike, you and I can hold it until we grab Robbie. I believe Robbie's out on the ice. Go ahead, Robbie, take it away.
Coach, very positive first period for you guys. Guys, a lot of shot opportunities, and you got a puck in the back. Yeah, what did you like out of that?
Yeah, I loved our forecheck. We're taking away time and space, which is everything. Yeah, love our forecheck. It's setting up for more opportunities. So.
And there's always room for improvement, right? What's the message going into the second period?
Be more deliberate with the puck. Yeah, we seem to have no issues just kind of tossing it and not caring too much where it ends up, and we have to care a little bit more.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second period. And we will see you guys right after this break.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting a target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
It is time now to reveal the top 10 for the State Champs Warrior Hockey Player of the Year Award. But first, Sean, here's your other glove.
Oh, I was wondering where that was. Thank you.
And shout out to Warrior for being the presenting sponsor for this award.
Aren't they the best? No, really, guys, can't do this stuff without you, so thank you. Anything we can do, we'll do it because you keep giving back to the hockey community. So thank you very much.
All right, before we reveal the top 10, explain again, like we did on the preview, how we determine our top 10. How does it go about? It's just me and you, right? And then we just pick the top 10 and we call it a day.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, yell at us always. We welcome it. No, it starts in the summertime, John. You talk to a lot of coaches, a lot of the coaches that are busy doing, some of the leagues in the summer, and you start to get together a list. And then about 2 weeks before the season starts, kind of reconvene and we whittle it down to 20. And then the difficult part comes. And you kind of let what happens in the first couple weeks dictate to a certain extent what the first list might look like. Before we reveal it, if you're new to this, see this list that we're about to show you. This will not be the list at the end of the year. I promise you that. We will have multiple changes. There are always ebbs and flows in the game of hockey as there are with individuals as well. So right now, this is our preliminary list. This list is not only subject to change, it will change as guys, start the ascent, so to speak. And John, there are guys that are new to the high school scene that guys are raving about and everything, and we want to give it a little more time, make a little bigger body of work. I could mention some names if you'd like, but we feel pretty good about this 10 to start.
Sean, as you see on this list right here, it's not just all Southeast Michigan. We spread it around. And it's also, you don't have to be a senior to win this award.
No, you don't. And that's the beauty of it is look, if by our criteria, and you're aware of the criteria, if you aren't, you soon will be.
I can put it up right now.
And there it is. By our criteria, we all get together, usually the weekend of the championship at USA Hockey Arena. And, Johnny, it really is a situation where, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not so easy. I remember one time a couple years ago, it was very, very easy because a particular young man from Brother Rice made it easy on all of us with his performance on the biggest stage. Sometimes not so easy, but we feel good about it, and we talk to coaches all over the state. And if you're watching the show right now, the coaches know who I reached out to. And thank you so much for helping us get these lists together and maintaining them during the course of the regular season as well, guys. Really, really appreciate it.
And we're going to profile one player every week that is on our top 10. And how about Peter Sandin from Detroit Catholic Central? Barbecue Mike called this guy the silent assassin in last week's Game Time Live broadcast against Brother Rice.
Really, John, we had a chance to see him many times over the years, had a chance to meet him in person at the MIHL Media Day, and then we saw him in action against Brother Rice. You need your best players to be their best in games of that magnitude, and certainly he was. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If anything, it's a compliment. I think he's a typical CC player. And that's a good thing because they've had so much success and they play the right way and they do a lot of little things. And at the end of the year, it might not mean that they're up there amongst the scoring leaders. But you know what? When push comes to shove and you need a guy to go down and block a shot or make that pass or score in an empty net, whatever the case may be, these guys quite often are the guys that do that. So no doubt about it, he was a no-brainer on this list. I think everybody mentioned his name, and for good reason.
You can vote for Peter and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. Voting will start this weekend. And also, if you're leading the online vote, you'll never get removed from the top 10.
You are automatically in the Final Four. No ifs, ands, or buts. So get your community to mount up. It's been so cool to watch that, as part of the equation. And John, I say it all the time. We see it in football. Oftentimes, the online vote getter who automatically gets into the Final Four is worthy of getting in the Final Four anyway. So you're doubling, your odds to get into that Final Four.
And that was our first top 10 in the Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Hi everybody, I'm Patty Cesarini, and the Salvation Army has teamed up with State Champs Network. And to help the Salvation Army, you can volunteer for their annual Red Kettle campaign. You can do so by going to registertoring.com, and you can sign up as an individual or as a group.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonneborn, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting a target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
And welcome back into Novi Ice Arena, where after the first period of play, the Byron Center Bulldogs hold a 1-0 lead over the Northville Mustangs. Along with Mike Iveso, my name is Sean Belegian. Rock and Rye Robbie the third member of our broadcast crew, had a chance to talk to Coach Steger at the end of the first period. And Mike, in a moment, will find out what Northville's coach, Ryan Ossenmacher, had to say. In case you're just joining us, the only goal of that first period was scored by number 8, Braxton McKee. We were told the lone assist goes to number 9, Gordy Young. And we were talking that young man up. Good-looking sophomore defenseman for the Bulldogs, Mike.
At this level, Sean, when you can have a defenseman that can steady the ship, hold the puck, possess the puck, make the play to move it out of the zone, and even join the rush at times like Mr. McCollum, 9 and 7 on both teams here are just a diamond. They're diamonds in the rough.
Yep.
You don't find a lot of them at this age, and they're two real good ones, two of the best in the state.
Well, that's what the National Hockey League has turned into. Let's face it, Mike, those defensemen that can change the game in a single rush. And there's a good look at the kid cam there as he's up in the grill of a fine-looking goaltender, number 1, Quinn Saul.
Well,
that is like 50,000K, that camera. I'm not talking about
nice.
money. It's high definition, and that's why we dub it the kid cam.
And we're waiting on Northville Hill, maybe a little gamesmanship, getting a little extra rest after looking like they had some heavy legs at the end of the period. But honestly, Sean, I don't think either coach can be too upset with that first period. I think it went a lot according to plan. The one breakdown that Northville had unfortunately led to the back of their net when they weren't aggressive to the puck. But other than that, I think they're playing the way Coach Ossenmacher wants. And it was a good, even period.
Yep. And here come the Mustangs as we prepare to start this second period. That fine-looking jersey. Love how they have the Ville written across it. Mike, if I may be so bold, I live out here.
Yes.
The kids both went to Northville. Oh, did he blow a blade?
I think he already blew his blade.
My
Look
goodness.
at that. That's a tough walk
Max
from the locker
Jerseson.
room.
Straight out of the room, huh?
Right?
Yep.
Better now than during the game. These things snap right back on nowadays, Sean. That happened back in the day, Sean.
Back in my day.
I was out for a week
Yeah.
because I think I would have had to ship my skate back to Canada somewhere, and the Pony Express would have taken it. I would have been out for a month.
Let's be honest, Mike, especially with as cold as a lot of these barns are now, I might be out for a week with a hamstring injury. My hamstring is so tight right now, old people problems, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking that I could go right into hip replacement out of this arena.
Second period about to commence here. So glad you could join us wherever you may be. Thanks for inviting us into your phones, your tablets, your computers. Game of hockey, best game on earth. No doubt about that. While we have a second, why don't we throw it down to the third member of our crew, Robbie Elliott. Robbie?
Thanks, Sean. So right in between that first and second period, I had a chance to talk with Coach Ossenmacher, and I asked him one thing that he thought his team did well in that first period. And, well, he was very blunt and honest. He said, I don't think we did anything well. So then I followed that up with a question, what do you want to do better? He said he wants his defense's clears to be a little more clean. He wants those exits to be just a little more clean. He thought there was a little too many scoring opportunities that they continuously gave up. Sean?
Great stuff, Robbie. Appreciate you being a part of it, and I can hear Coach Ossenmacher saying that. That's why Mike and I are giggling up here. Make no mistake about that. Marinoff now, an opportunity to get things going. They had 3 for the moment. Nice move at the line. McCullum didn't miss by much. By Marinoff and McCullum out on the ice at the same time, that is a problem. There's Young. Good pass to get it chipped back into the neutral zone there. Ryba in his own zone. Back out into the neutral zone. Picking up some speed now. Just content to dump it in. That's Gorky. Back in behind his own net. Laska kind of one-hands it out into the neutral zone. There's that forecheck again. Philo throws it in deep as they try to get that forecheck going. Mike, we saw it, and then Coach Steger talked about it with Robbie at the end of the first period.
And there was one of those passes that I don't think Coach Ostenmacher is going to be too happy about, exactly what he was talking about.
Bulldogs lose it this time. Rushing up now, that's number 15, Cam McVitie. Cole gives chase in the corner. Defenseman steps up, just throws it back in deep. Mustangs with an opportunity to get there first, but BC sends it to the line and just between the legs of McVitie. Boy, Philo almost had a break there.
Looks like another one of those feeling out moments right now. I think Northville's
zone.
reeling, right?
Yeah, in the neutral zone. Bulldogs on it again. This time Colden throws it to his partner Glepker and promptly chip back in. Bulldogs go for 4 out of 5 change. Boy, there was this lane there for just a second. That's going to go the length of the ice for icing.
It's a tough look. If the defenseman doesn't have his head up right away, he's not going to see it. But he had a man there. But I'll tell you what, Sean, whatever Coach Ostenmacher said, whether it was exactly what he told Robbie or not, his team has come out better, on fire. They're aggressive to the puck again, and they're actually getting some offensive chances.
1-0. Byron Center Bulldogs on top. The defending Division II champion. Puck lay there for a moment in the corner, still doing battle for it, but Mustangs with an opportunity to skate it out. They get it into neutral zone before it's pumped right back in. Icing waved off, have to give chase back behind his own net is Jerseson. To the point, lost there, boy, nearly a break for Mustangs, but good play at the line not to allow it. Now 1-on-2, trying to get outside, power move in front, he's going to draw a penalty. He is definitely going to draw a penalty there.
Tell you, Sean, 53, Mironov has been dangerous every time he's been on the ice, and something I want to keep an eye on, me and you, is it seems like they are activating one of their D. Northville is putting one of their D up into the offensive rush a little bit more. That could lead to a few more offensive chances, but we also got to watch it on the backside. Are they going to get caught in some odd man rushes going the other way? Let's see what this power play has for us.
McKendry goes to the box. And as you mentioned, Mike, good strong move by Marinoff. He is going to stay out there at the point along with Alex McCullum. Owasik won the draw, tries to get it back to the point. McCollum's going to step in, help him chip it in deep. Power play opportunity here. Good seal there in the corner. An opportunity to clear, but they can't. McCollum keeps it in. Along the far boards, Marinoff looking, head up, waiting. Pass back to the point. Gives it to McCallum. McCallum to Marinoff. Couldn't pull the trigger. In back behind the net. Looking. Waiting. Shooting. Deflection. In behind the goaltender. Score! I think Gorky's going to get credit for that, Mike. But again, the patience of Marinoff and McCallum, and the Mustangs tied this up via the power play.
Let's see if he gets a piece here, but just watch the communication here. He's talking to McCallum, tell him where to go. The guy thinks it's going. Did it get tipped before it got to the goal? I think it was over before he got it, but here's a good look to see if it gets tipped here. But again, this was a different look on the power play. I think he did get that tip there before it went in. But it was a nice looking power play, different than the umbrella that they had in the first one. A little bit more of an overload, but the same concept, trying to get that puck back across to their goal scorer, Mironov.
1-1, Mustangs via the power play. We'll listen for the assist here in a moment. Get the official scoring. But this is about what we expected. I think these are two evenly matched teams. Now let's see how Bulldogs respond. Mustangs are going to have to make them work for it, though, as Ryba sends it the length of the ice. Now coming up with speed is Elijah Colden. Golden, nice move at the line just to chip it in deep. Mike, if you have a second, did you hear who they gave credit to in the assist?
It sounded to me they gave it to Mironov, but again, I couldn't hear the assist on that one. But it sounded like they said Mironov. If they go back and review it, I think we both seen a tip in front by number 59, Luke Gorky.
I think he may have even banged it in when it laid there just to be extra sure as well. Too close to call. We'll get the official in a minute. Hey, the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association promotes and supports hockey players and coaches to reach their fullest potential on the ice, in the classroom, and as citizens. For scores, standing, and player stats, go to the hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. Draw deep in the Northville zone. 1-1 game, controlled for the moment by Mustangs. Back in behind their net. Topolsky gets it to the line, but not out. Kept in by BC. Boy, the physical game has picked up a lot here, Mike, in this second period.
When you're aggressive to the puck, as Northville is, you kind of draw that aggressiveness out of it, and that's what BC has to do to respond. They've got the bigger bodies. They've got the deeper team. If they bring the physical side of the game, you're going to wear down that Northville team a little bit faster, and kind of like at the end of the period, we saw at the end of the first period, you might see some turnovers in the offensive zone.
1-1, 12:01 to go here in this second period. BC able to skate away, winning the draw. Kuminga throws it in deep on his off wing, Mike. Left shot on the right wing. You see it more and more today, don't you?
Absolutely. You get that puck in the shooting position a little bit faster.
Mustangs send it in deep. Good speed. First man there. Shot from the point. Rebound. Big stop. Quinn Saul. Oh, Celine thought he had one, but Saul said no, sir. Another deflection in front. Mustangs doing a good job, Mike, of getting some bodies in those shooting and passing lanes.
They've got the jump right now, Sean. And again, it's that aggressiveness to the puck to get the turnovers, and they're turning it right into offensive chances right now.
Mustangs still on the puck. They got to touch back up, and they do. Giving chase in his zone now. Zone. Kogan sends it in deep. BC gets there first. Good play by McKendry. But here comes Mustangs on it again. Callahan centering pass. Nobody home. Big Kuminga uses that frame and now skated out by O'Keefe. O'Keefe on it again. O'Keefe pulls her back, takes a shot. High shot. Up and over the head of Castiglione. 10:30 to go here. Second period. 1-1 game. Good game here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, good back and forth game. Northville came to play in the second period, and they're causing a lot of turnovers in the offensive zone.
Now BC able to start over in their own zone. That's Glupker, sends it in deep, too deep, and the play is called. Boy, a lot of these songs, Mike.
You caught me off guard there. I'm playing the keyboard. I'm playing the keyboard.
You can multitask. You can do a broadcast and you can play the keyboard during the broadcast.
Here's a change of roles here. John Watson stealing my pen. I'm usually the one stealing pens here. And an all-important face-off here. They've got their top line out here, and BC wants to start it on the offensive zone. They need to possess this puck right off this face-off and change the way this period's been going.
McKee takes that face-off. And here they come. Calumet with a 4-3 lead over Escanaba, by the way, after 2 periods up north. A lot of people talking about the start from the Eskimos. Boy, deflected out in front. Dangerous opportunity there. Now it's BC's turn. Look at BC with the possession. Just keeping her down low, Mike. A few centering passes. That one nearly got through. Mustangs on the backhand into the protective netting, so the draw stays deep in that Mustang zone.
And almost like I looked into my crystal ball, that came off of a defensive zone face-off win. McKee got the puck, started it going forward, and it just progressed into a nice forecheck and keeping the puck down there. They had to get it out off the ice to get the whistle to stop the momentum.
this time, O'Keefe is going to take this draw, won by Mustangs. I believe that was Marinoff, it was, but controlled by Bulldogs. In the corner, high slot shot. Castiglione had to be careful there.
Something you don't see that slap shot very often.
No,
that was
he
a
wound
big
up.
wind-up.
He wound up. Reed Larson-esque, huh? Showing my age there, Mike. Marinoff coming in, power move. Decides to take it outside. Boy, I've been impressed by this young man. Number 53, centering pass, McCollum. Saul had to kick that aside. To the line, not out. Kept in again by McCollum. McCollum gives it up to Gorky. Gorky, nice spin move there. Plays it back. Nobody home. Marinoff tries to get there. Beats two men to the puck. Tries to send it back out in front. Kept in by McCollum. Works it back to 53. 53 and 7 have something nice going on. Wraparound attempt. Three men went to him. Lynn nearly picked up some garbage, but now an opportunity for 23, Kaminga, to send this down the ice too far, and that'll be called on the icing.
What a shift. And it just seems like every time he steps out there, we're talking about him. Number 53, Mironov. Hard to get off that puck. He's protecting that puck. He's keeping it on the stick. And then he's getting it to smart spaces. He's getting it to McCollum. He's getting it to the guy open in front. He just created 3 or 4 scoring chances right there. They couldn't get the puck for him. And this is a physical BC team. That's a very impressive shift by Mironov. But, hey, got to like it. BC in trouble. Just ice it. Just ice it. Just get it out.
Marinoff back out there to take this draw with Bowling. We'll call it a draw. Puck move forward. Marinoff on it again. Look at Marinoff. Boy, he is all over the puck right now.
Oh.
Shot off the post. Another opportunity down low. Celine with that tough angle shot nearly got it through. Mustangs buzz it. Gorky back to the point. Shot deflected off of a Bulldog. Bulldogs just hanging on. They are going to send it off the boards. That's not going to go far enough for icing. It's waved off.
Well, good news for the Bulldogs. 53 just got off the ice because that was a continuation of one of the best shifts we've seen all game.
Mustangs send it back in, but that is picked up by Schaff. He's going to throw it too far, and that'll be called on the icing. Errant glove down here. Hey, at Lawrence Technological University, your vision of competing in scholarship-level college athletics can be your reality. LTU offers varsity sports for men and women while studying for a world-class undergraduate degree. Scholarships are available at LTURecruitYourself.com.
Well, they got the big dogs out here to see if they could right the ship because it's going sideways on BC right now.
McCallum out there again. He logs a lot of ice time. Make no mistake about that. Back to the point to McCallum. He's going to chip it up to Cole.
Strong play.
Kept in. Awasik on it. Awasik with a centering pass to Cole. Oh, good defensive play there. Getting down Elijah Colden just to get a piece of that, Mike. And here he comes the other way. Check that. That was Goheen the other way play called at the line.
Sean, there's a couple of things that just happened here that might go unnoticed, but McCollum standing his ground on the blue line to keep that puck in created, again, more scoring opportunities. Then he doesn't back off the blue line right away as the rush is coming, and he stood his ground at the red line that time, and the guy had no choice but to ice that puck. He wasn't giving it up. That was just, again, nothing big. It's not a goal, but those two things right there just led to what we have here as an offensive zone face-off for Northville.
You know, you saw Jordan Steger on the bench there. Robbie had a conversation with him after the first intermission. If Jordan is not at the rink, do you know where you can most likely find him?
Surfing.
On a surfboard.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
I'm amazed by that and his hair.
No doubt about that.
You know me. You know my bald head. I'm jealous of anybody with hair.
McCollum forced back into his own zone. Puts on the brakes, looks, delivers. Alex Coe picks it up for a moment. Back to McCollum. Puck's going to go all the way down the ice. Icing waved off, however, as Bulldogs have to start in their own zone. Trying to get this out, does Casey Bream, content to just dump it in. Bulldogs had some success with the dump and chase early. They got that forecheck going, Mike. Let's see if they can get her going again. Oh. Big collision there at the line. No harm, no foul. Back behind his own net is the fine-looking sophomore defenseman, Gordy Young. Get a play going. Here they come. McKee, he's got a goal. Looking for another one. Far side to Young. Young, content to just pump her back in deep. McKee on it now, on his backhand. Starts one way, goes the other. Shot, score!
There was not much
baby.
room there, Sean, and he put it right over the shoulder of the down goalie here. Let's get a look here as Braxton McGee gets his second of the game. Nice little power. You're not getting the puck from me. I'm big. Look at, hey, takes advantage of his own whiff and just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How do you do it? I'm going to call that one unassisted. I don't have to listen for the assist on that one, Sean. That's a good use of his size, and he leans on that stick, the non-wood stick, Sean's nowadays. The flex on them, these big kids get that extra flex and can just rip it just like that under the crossbar. That was just what the doctor ordered to right that ship because it was going the wrong way.
Well, he is, as advertised, number 8, Braxton McKee. Looking to take the next step this year, and here he comes again. Look at this power move. Centering pass, we're going to get a penalty out in front. Another shot right there in front. He's been a force, Mike. Make no mistake about it.
Well, you know, we've been talking about it. When you talk about him, you have to talk about the size and the speed. And when you put those together, you go to the net. You're either going to get a scoring opportunity or they're going to have to haul you down. Now we're going to get to see a power play. It'll be interesting because I'm going to imagine they're going to put their power play 2 out. Their top guys are just out. Let them get a little bit of a rest before they put out the top line.
All right, taking this draw is Casey Breen. Won by Mustangs, controlled by BC. A lot of space at the far point. Deflected out in front. Oh, dangerous opportunity. McCallum finds the slot and able to get it out. 2-1. Bulldogs on top, and they've got $1:40 left in this power play. Bowling with speed, gives it up. Send it in deep behind the goaltender. Mustangs get there first. That's McVitie, and they're able to get it back down the ice. Quinn Saul, the goaltender, going to come out. He's going to leave it there for Luke Laska. Laska gets it back now with speed. At the line, takes a shot. Mustangs get it to the line and out. Bulldogs have to regroup. They get a couple fresh bodies out there. One of those fresh bodies on it now, Glupker. Glupker moving in, scores. Power play goal. And it's all Bulldogs the last couple minutes, Mike.
Yeah, and again, on the power play, they're just getting the top guys out as they start this rush. And you're just going to see a nice little 5-hole goal here. He got the goalie moving and backing up. You see that pad moving. He's a little bit off his angle. Slow to get down. Stick moves over to the side. Opens up the 5-hole. The kids love going 5-hole, and he did it.
3-1.
It was a nice transition there in the neutral zone, too. At 10, Bowling was going with the puck, hit him as he was coming around. He had some speed and size, and that's what happens.
Well, the Bulldogs responded nicely after it was all Mustangs for a few moments. Here comes McKee again. He's got 2 on the night. Big hit there. Opportunity in front. Swept away.
McCullum with a big hit. Coming along, nice little old school hip check almost, if I'd say, Sean.
Yeah, we'll get a look at that replay in just a moment. McKee looking for number 3. McCallum knows about 3. Had a hat trick last week against Novi, including the OT winner. Debut gagné prolongation.
Overtime.
Thank you.
Is that overtime? Look at this.
Game-winning goal in overtime. Centering pass, high slot, shot. Castiglione couldn't glove it down to the line. Not out, finally. Cleared out by Mustangs. all the way down to Saul. Saul's just going to send it to the right. Bulldogs on it. Good forecheck there by Lynn, though. Now a couple Mustangs in there.
Well, this is right about the time, that 4-minute mark last period, where Northville started to struggle with the legs a little bit. And you can see they even went to, looked like a little bit of a 1-2-2 forecheck there to sit back and see if they can take some of the pressure off.
Buck in deep again as Bulldogs are on it. Some space at the near point, swept around the other way. Getting back there, Topolsky. Can't get it out, kept in by Bulldogs, just a turnaround throw it towards the net. Topolsky again to the line, kept in by Bulldogs. Now giving chase in back behind the net, puck in the corner. Mustangs still not able to get it out. Go far side now, kept in by Bulldogs. All this pressure, Mike, just wears down on you. Bulldogs know that.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Coach Ossenmacher was talking about between periods here, and I can see him a little animated on the bench right here as the defense are struggling with that puck in their own zone.
Boy, big battle in the far corner, down there. Controlled by Bulldogs again. Finally, Mustangs get an opportunity to get out. They can't. At the line, they lose it. Kept in by the Bulldogs. You can hear the Bulldog crowd going crazy. This has been a couple of shifts. Just constant pressure shot comes in. Finally, an opportunity on the backhand, and they get a fortuitous bounce. Now, what does he have left in the tank? Let's see. Straight off the bench. Now, in the corner, Awasik. Awasik spins and turns. He's got Coe back in behind the net. Coe's pinned along the backboards. Good defensive play there. Couple of defenders, including O'Keefe. Coe on it again. Chip back behind that Bulldog net. Laska now on it. Tries to send it back once it came. Stepping up and keeping that in is Ryba. Coe at the line, loses it. Finally, Bulldogs with an opportunity to come the other way. Bream sends it into the far corner. Controlled by Bulldogs for a moment. Mustangs content to just send her down the ice, and icing will be waved off as they get some fresh troops out there. Keep the defenders out there, but a fresh line. Speaking of fresh, Philo nearly had an opportunity in. Sent back the other way, some space near side. They got two if they want them. Centering pass, big stop by Saul. Oh, Gorky
and
making a bid, Mike, for what I think is number 2. Hey, don't forget, during the second intermission, we'll show you our first top 10 for the State Champs Warrior Hockey Wall Award, and we'll recap the second period here on State Champs Game Time Live.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get a replay on that one right before that scoring chance. That was all set up by that number 53 again. Put his body in to protect the puck and got that puck out, and it led to that 2-on-2.
Puck comes up in the protective netting. Thank goodness it did, Mike. I kind of like my teeth where they are. That was heading straight for my face.
And I was looking down at my phone. I would have taken that right off the nose. Though, I tell you what, chicks dig scars. I could probably use one. My wife would like it.
1:03 left in this second period. 3-1, your score. Bulldogs with 2 goals from Braxton McKee. Reed Glupker with a power play tally. And we think being the key and operative word, that number 59, Lou Gorky, had the Mustang goal.
You can read through all the scratch-offs I've had going from who got that. I do think that was tipped in front. This could be a little bit of a break here. I don't quite know what the delay was. They had to get a new stick, but Northville probably could have used that rest right there with an offensive zone face-off.
Bulldogs with an opportunity to get out. They get it to the line and thrown out by McKee. He's been as advertised tonight, Mike. Don't forget, Mike, it's your job to give us the 3 stars of the game, okay? You can't forget about that. BC looking to add. Still 40 seconds remaining. McCallum lets his defense partner take it there. Now coming back towards McCallum. McCallum and McKee, that's a good battle down there. McKee on the puck. Tries to set it out in front, deflected. And the Mustangs are going to send that for the length of the ice, and that is going to be called on an icing.
Nice safe play. And again, at this level, you get to change lines. You don't have to keep that line out there, right? So it's a nice play to get it out there, especially with that size of BC. At the end of periods, they're just going to wear you down on the boards down low, and that's what they're trying to do here. 23 seconds, big face-off here for Northville.
Motley Crew bringing the boys back. Draw one by Mustangs. McCallum sends it along the end boards. Giving chase down there is Ryba. Trying to pin it, getting some help down there with Celine as well. Bulldogs on it though. Bulldogs with 10 seconds left. Nifty backhand, didn't miss by much. Bulldogs all over it now in the waning moments of this period. Finally an opportunity to clear it. Marinoff, and that is going to do it for the second period of play. Well, the Mustangs tied it at 1 before BC scored a couple in quick succession. McKee's second, and then via the power play, number 5, Reed Klupker, to make it a 3-1 game. Don't you go anywhere. We'll head back to the State Champs studio, and we've got the deciding third period as well as Game Time Live continues here on the State Champs Network.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonneborn, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting a target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
All right, it's time to reveal our first top 10 in the State Champs Warrior Hockey Wall.
You know what, John? I think this list, I know this list was more difficult to come up with. And I think conversely, it's going to be very fluid this year. I think you're going to see some names jumping on there. It was very tough to get this down to 10. That's a good thing, okay? That there are so many guys that are looking to make a name for themselves. Guys that we've heard of, guys that have been around for a long time. But, hey, keep an eye on this guy. Hey, keep an eye on that guy. We feel pretty good about this list. But again, as play dictates, as time dictates, I think the tendency, John, the last few years, and you'll probably agree with me, you tend to see some more changes on the wall list than you do the player of the year. There'll be a plethora of movement on the player of the year, but it seems there's even more when you're talking about the wall.
All right, so here's our first top 10 for the Wall Award, and voting will start this weekend at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. Congratulations on making the top 10. We're going to profile one guy every week, and as a guy that we've said his name probably for the last 13 years, correct?
Yeah, I think he's been there 13 years, right?
It is Evan Civey, the senior goaltender out of Trenton High School.
Well, he was part of a pretty darn good two-headed monster, his previous time at Trenton, and now he's the man. Now he's the guy. And that opportunity certainly is not lost on him. I don't think it's lost on Trenton as well. Trenton loaded again. Trenton, as I mentioned earlier, one of the favorites in D2 to be sure. And this is a young man that I think he was banging on the door, John, the last 2 years. But now that he's the number one, he's the guy, I think no-brainer. You got to put him on the list. And this isn't a Lifetime Achievement Award. We think that highly of the kid. We really do.
You can cast your vote for Evan and the rest of our top 10 at statechampsnetwork.com. Voting will start this weekend, and that was our Wall Award update brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey. So next week starts our Coaches Corner, sponsored by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. But Sean, we love going to the Hub because it has everything. I've been suggesting to other sports across the state of Michigan, model off the Hub. You can have a one-stop shop to go for stats, schedules, and everything.
You are absolutely right. It makes everybody's job easier. It makes the fans' jobs easier, the coaches' jobs easier. Certainly we in the media, I can't tell you how much easier it makes our job. So that's good advice, John, to some of the other sports out there. Get yourself a Hub, and you can cover all the bases there. It really is well run.
And speaking of the Hub, I was doing my research for this week's show, and I want to talk about two kids that are lighting up the lamp to start the season. Alex Kozar from Milford, he has 14 goals already. And how about a freshman at Dearborn Divine Child, Chloe Boyke? He has 13.
I love seeing that, and that's one thing, John, I pat ourselves on the back. It's so easy to get caught up in talking about who's number one and who's number two and who's number three. There are so many good players going out there, working their tails off and getting rewarded by it from an individual standpoint. That's something that I know has been near and dear to your heart as well as mine. So when you get the opportunity to bring that up, keep it up, boys. Keep grinding, and you know what? You put some numbers up, you put some wins together, and all of a sudden you got yourself a program. I've seen it happen all over the state, so it looks good on both of you.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Hi everybody, I'm Patty Cesarini, and the Salvation Army has teamed up with State Champs Network. And to help the Salvation Army, you can volunteer for their annual Red Kettle campaign. You can do so by going to registertoring.com, and you can sign up as an individual or as a group.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonneborn, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting a target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
Hi everybody, I'm Patty Cesarini, and the Salvation Army has teamed up with State Champs Network. And to help the Salvation Army, you can volunteer for their annual Red Kettle campaign. You can do so by going to registertoring.com, and you can sign up as an individual or as a group.
And welcome back into Novi Ice Arena. Mike, do you understand what an honor this is right now?
Yes.
We are on the Kid Cam.
Unbelievable. We watch it online all the time, and now we're on it.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What an incredible honor. Don't get too close. You don't want that camera to break. But no, hey, listen, all jokes aside, we got the best crew in the business. Each and every week there are guys during football season when we do these hockey games that work their tail off. And thank you guys. You all know who you were. I wish that I could mention every one of your names, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mike, through 34 minutes of play, BC has a 3-1 lead. Your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Well, the tale of two periods for Northville. They came out a little bit flat in the first. Coach Ossenmacher had some choice words, I'm sure, for him in the locker room. They came out flying in the second period, applied the pressure, resulted in a goal for them. They need to have more of that in the third period, and they have to have someone step up other than Mironoff on the offensive side. For BC, they're playing their game. They're wearing them down. And then at the end of the period, they're taking over and getting late goals. If they do that again in the third, this could be their game.
A late penalty as well at the 17-minute mark, as a matter of fact. BC starts this third period on the power play, Mike.
Yeah, and it's going to be fresh ice. They always say that's a little bit good for the power play. They're going to move it around. I'd like to see they scored that power play goal as their top guys got out. You know they're going to be starting it. It's going to be a tough kill for Northville, but it's very important.
Keep an eye on number 8 to be sure, Braxton McKee. We talked about him at the beginning of the game, and he's made us look good. He's got a couple goals already, and certainly this is a young man that has a lot of skill, can do a lot of things out there. And, you know, Mike, during the intermission, we talked about some of our lists. Don't be surprised if you don't see number 8 on our Warrior Player of the Year list sooner rather than later.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to have to be there. Again, this is the size and the speed. But if you want to look for someone else, Luke Gohing's having a very quiet game. As our coach Hunter ran the score sheet up to me, he had 2 assists, the first 2 goals. He's really helping out there on that big line.
All right, third period about to commence. So glad you could join us wherever you may be. Where are we? We're in Novi, Michigan, where Northville is hosting Byron Center. And Byron Center, the Bulldogs, the defending D2 champions, have a 3-1 lead. There is the captain of the Bulldogs, Luke Philo. He's had some moments here tonight. He's been a force for them.
Yeah, and Dylan McKay, my goodness, Kaminga, again, Sean, every year, I keep saying this, every year, the guys that you're looking at on BC are the size guys.
Right.
And they use that size well, but it also comes with some skill. It's really impressive what the West Side is producing nowadays.
Players are hitting the ice again to start this third period.
Well, it's good to see.
I know they have the wrong number up there. There is no 52.
I believe it was 53. I think it was Mironoff came down, and it was a shot after the whistle. One man's opinion, I thought he was in the process of shooting the puck and tried to kind of let it off of it a little bit. That's why it went high and wide. I think that was the conversation Coach Ossenmacher was having with the ref. They decided it was late. They decided that was going to be a penalty. And when they say it's going to be a penalty, I've never seen a ref change his mind, Sean.
Hey, it's been a banner year for Northville High School. In June, the baseball team beat Brother Rice 1-0 in the Division I final. And in the fall, the girls' golf team won the state crown by 46 shots. Oh, they weren't done. How about this? The boys' cross-country team won its third straight state title at MIS. Congratulations to the volleyball team as well, who won its first state title in school history. How about that?
Impressive.
Isn't that?
Impressive. They're bringing the athletes out this side of town, huh, Sean?
Did our community very proud. No doubt about that. Third period about to commence, and yes, Mike, they did change it from 52 to 53 on the board.
Well, and that's also going to be a break for BC because 53 would probably be out there killing the penalty too.
Never a bad idea to win a draw to McCallum. McCallum gets it into the neutral zone. Cole kind of backhands it into the BC zone, but BC able to start out here. Home run pass just missed. Hit the official near side. McCallum says that's okay, and look at that. Look at that move. Look at that kid's speed. Nearly got through the entire team, Mike.
But unfortunately, the fifth guy got him,
Yeah.
Sean. But a great job clearing the zone,
He's
getting
fun
the
to
puck
watch.
out in all seriousness.
He is fun
Yep.
to watch. As I mentioned, we saw him last year. I jokingly refer to it as his coming out party, the night before Thanksgiving. And then unfortunately, he was out for a while with injury. And then he came back. And in my humble opinion, it took him a couple games kind of get back to that game speed. And once he did, he let everybody know what a force he is at this level.
Absolutely, and I can't state it enough. The maturity and the change in development of his game from that time to this game right here that I'm seeing right now is pretty remarkable. He is becoming that player we thought he was.
Anybody who thought that Jordan Steger was going to let these Bulldogs falter even after winning a championship, think again. They reload. That's what usual suspects do. And Laska now on the puck. Near side to Young. Back to the point shot. Big stop there to the line, but not out. Still controlled. They've got the umbrella going. 3 up top, that off the protective netting. You've seen them go in the different looks, Mike. The traditional look, that time you could see the umbrella set up for them on that PP.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how they would use their size down low, but they're really working everything from the top right now. So let's see if they could get big number 23 Dylan Kaminga active down low.
Bulldogs still on it. Gordy Young sends it in deep. Give and go. Gordy Young is shot just off the glove. Did not miss by much. Owasik able to clear it. 25 seconds remaining in this power play for BC. Mike, the next one's a big one. Make no mistake about that. McVitie finds the lane, clears it. Time for maybe, just maybe, one more rush by the Bulldogs. Here they come with speed on the backhand. Can't get it through. Ryba going to pick it up, send it out into the neutral zone. Still chasing after the puck. That's Gorky. In the corner, Marinoff. He has been very good tonight. Has number 53.
That ice tilts as soon as he gets on that ice, Sean. It's unbelievable, his puck possession.
Gets it back to the line. Ryba sends it in deep, giving chase down there. Salim, amongst others. Big battle in the corner. Still on it are Mustangs. Salim, Marinoff. Who else? But now it's BC coming out with it. They've got some space near side. Plays it to himself. Nice move. Didn't miss by much. Rebound bounced. But McKee, again, showing why Mike, he has been the best player on the ice tonight.
Yeah, you know I can't see the numbers on here, but there was no need to know the number on that one as soon as he was coming down. McKee has just been dominant with his speed and size today.
Now Mustangs trying to get a little something going. Ryba plays it in back behind that Bulldog net. But Bulldogs on it there. Philo, McKee down there. Both playing in a defensive role. Centering pass, nobody home. Chance for Bulldogs to skate it out. They do with 3. Nice move at the line, but Klein wasn't buying it. Cole gets it to the line, but not out. Comes in deep again. Boy, nearly another opportunity for McKee. Cole got a stick in that passing lane, or that could have been a disaster. Finally, Mustangs able to clear it, and they're going to wave that off. Mustangs able to get off on a change, Mike.
The Mustangs are living dangerously right now this period, Sean. Too many blue line turnovers. It's going to catch up to them if they don't get a little bit more discipline coming out of their zone.
McVitie Giving chase, doing battle down there with Bream. Comes back right in front of our broadcast vantage point. Klein now. Klein able to get it out. Here come Mustangs. On it now, Callahan. He loses it. Puck goes up and over. Play is called at the line. Hey, take your game to the next level with Reaction Technologies. Elevating athletes' safety and performance. Follow them at Reaction Tech on all social media.
Well, Sean, I don't want to get too far ahead of this and forget. I want to compliment Northville's penalty kill. They did a great job of the most important thing on the penalty kill, puck retrieval. They were getting to those pucks when it was free and getting it out of their zone, and now they stand a chance to get a little bit of a comeback going now.
Bulldogs on it again, sending it in deep is Kaminga. He's had a strong night here tonight with that big frame. McCallum tries to play it to himself. Nearly lost it, but controlled. Celine sends it far side. Looked like Gorky got a piece of it, and it bounced into that Byron Center bench. Well, I know Ryan Ossenmacher and his staff have worked so hard to put Northville into a position of one of the competitors in the always difficult Division I, and they're well on their way, Mike, to being a very good team.
And this line that just jumped is a line they really need to start to get going. They need a line. They need something going other than when 53 is on the ice. Let's see if this shift can start Northville's comeback.
3-1, 12:20 to go here. Mustangs trying to get one. McCallum's a guy that can get her started. He's going to shoot it in deep, far corner. Controlled there by Bulldogs. Gluppner's got a goal tonight. From back in behind his own net, out into the neutral zone. Now McCallum has to give chase in his own zone. Not played with a high stick. You can see them wave that off as Jerseson gave chase. Goes back all the other way. Icing waved off again. Ryba on it. Ryba back behind his own net. Sends it to the other side, just out of the reach of Marinoff, and he picks it up. Marinoff with speed. Marinoff coming in. 1-on-3. Oh, that shot deflected.
Sean, he had that corner pick. That was gone. The defenseman just got his stick on that. But again, 53 leading the charge. Something to keep an eye on, Sean, is ICBC's plan for McCollum is get a body on him every time you can. You can see a little frustration coming. Let's see if that maturity can take over with McCollum and he can keep his composure because they're really going after him.
Marinoff on this draw, won by Philo. Back in behind his net. Marinoff on it again. Look at Marinoff. He has been all over the ice tonight. Best player for Northville. Loses it just over the line. Has to retreat. Tries to pick up speed with Philo on him. Big hit there at center ice. Marinoff just bounces off of it, but BC retains possession of the puck. Coming near side now. Oh, dangerous pass there. Got away with it, though. Did Bulldogs in their own zone. And they're able to get it out into the neutral zone. Taken over there by Mustangs for a moment. BC has to get onside. They do. Coming in, hard angle shot there by number 16, Luke Goheen. Goheen on it again. Centering pass. Went in between two players. Look at Goheen on it again. Nice play there by Mustangs. That's Topolsky to just chip that out into the neutral zone. But Bulldogs on it again with 10.5 to go in this third period.
The clock is starting to work against Northville, and we can't state it enough. Another line has got to step up for him, Sean.
Let's see if this line can do it. Giving chase down there. Tommy Kogan throws it in back behind the net. Lynn doing some work down there as well. Good hard work by the Mustangs. Weren't exactly rewarded for it. Puck comes into the neutral zone, and it's promptly pumped in for a second by Klein. Spinning, turning in his own zone. Turning it over at the line, though. Now they get it back. Trip in the neutral zone. One of those inadvertent trips, though. No call, right call. Owasik now. Oh, dangerous pass, but Klein picks it up. Klein loses it, though. Centering pass in front. Coe had to be careful. On the spot. Backhanded back in by Luke Laska. Kogan on it. Chips it into the neutral zone. And here come Mustangs. Alex Coe in behind his net. Coe to Owasik. Out in front, back to Coe. Trying to get it to the near point. Nobody there, though.
Oof, that was the shift right there, Sean. A nice aggressive forecheck, turnover. They had the guy open, just missed the pass. These are the shifts that Northville needs right now.
McCallum playing catch in his own zone. Jerseson gets it up to the line, controlled by Bulldogs now. Keep it safe, Mike. Just knock it into the neutral zone, get it out of the zone. That's exactly what Bowling did there. And now they give chase. Coming in is Dolce. Opportunity lay in front, and they had to make a big stop there. Hey, the time to give is now. By giving to the Salvation Army, you can help families in your community during the holiday season and beyond. Donate today at statechampsnetwork.com/donate. I've been very fortunate to do some things with the Salvation Army over the year. Always doing good, Mike. The fine people at the Salvation Army.
Big face-off here.
Whoa, right off the draw. Boy, a backhand opportunity. If he was able to pull that back, let me tell you something. Bowling had himself a goal, but now it's McCallum trying to get that speed going. You're right, Mike. They're putting bodies on him, not allowing him any space. Marinoff down there with McCallum. Saul down in his knee says, enough of this. I'm going to freeze it.
That's back to that face-off. Everybody has an assignment on a face-off, and everyone's got to be moving off that face-off. A little standing still, puck goes to the net again. You said, nice save by the goalie on a quick reaction, but if that forward could have pulled that back, we'd be looking at a 4-1 deficit. But you did get a look at, they're getting a piece. This is going to be, McCullum's going to be a sore kid after this game. They're getting some bodies on him, Sean.
No question about that. Back to the point. Just content to knock it in deep is Ryba. Ryba says, all right, I'll do it again. Marinoff back behind the net. That kid has worked his tail off today, his 53. There's a penalty. A golden opportunity, Mike. The hook is called, and Northville, a golden opportunity here via the power play to get one back.
Yeah, you could see it coming. They had a couple shifts in a row with a nice forecheck that you're either going to get scoring chances on a nice forecheck, you're going to get an icing, or you're going to get this, a penalty. So they've got it. I would imagine they're going to get their big dogs out here. If they get about halfway through, don't be surprised if you see a timeout to get them a rest. This is really a time they need to get this goal. It's getting a little bit late in the period.
Owasik on the draw, back to the point to Marinoff. He's been working the point with that man, McCullum. Now they've got the umbrella, switching spots. Owasik to Marinoff. Back to Owasik to McCullum. Good puck movement here by the Stangs. McCullum with some space. Did not miss by much, Mike.
That was the play they wanted. McCullum had the shot he wanted, and he just missed the upper corner.
Kept in at the line by McCallum. Into the near corner, Marinoff. He likes to do his work there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Marinoff back to McCallum. To Owasik. To McCallum. To Marinoff. Shot. Didn't miss by much. To the line. Just over the line. BC, at least an opportunity to change one man out there. Marinoff on it now. Marinoff. Back to the line. Nope. Still on it. Owasik. Just outside the far dot. Some traffic in front. Coe on it now. Back to Owasik. Marinoff. Up top. Shot. Deflects on its way down. Can't clear it. Owasik jumps on that errant puck. Great pressure by Mustang Saul with the stop. And finally, BC gets the clear.
They needed that. They needed to get some fresh legs out there because Northville was moving that puck. Their guys were moving off the puck. They had a nice power play working there.
Long stretch pass to Zaraki. Mustang setting up shop again. Down low, Corrival. Corrival on the backhand. Circling. Looking. Up top, Ryba throws it in the corner. Nobody home. First one there is Zaraki. And out. That should do it. An effective kill for the Bulldogs, Mike, as they maintain this 3-1 lead just under 6 minutes to go.
And that's a big kill because we're getting to that point of the period where we've seen Northville's legs catch up to them.
Look at McKee. Look at McKee. Scores!
Oh,
my goodness.
They get a big kill, and then probably we could say one of the better players, if not the best player on the ice, comes in with the deke, the dangle, and the one-handed 5-hole goal. Here we go, a little whoop-de-doo. You see me, you don't. I'm getting knocked down, one hand into the net, 5-hole. What can you do? Size and speed will get you every time. And off of a big kill, that could be a backbreaker.
Completes the hat trick. And I am but one person on our Player of the Year committee, but I think number 8 deserves to be on that list. That's just one man's opinion. And Mike, you saw the play coming. You could hear the call. All you and I could say is, look at McKee, look at McKee. Yeah, and he did what Braxton McKee does.
Yes, and again, what he's done all night when he's been on the ice. And again, towards the end of the period, the size takes over against tired legs.
5:20 to go. Centering pass, did not miss by much. Standing all by himself was Riley Meyer. Nearly a home run chance for McVitie, but BC goes back and grabs it. That's Glupker. He's got the other goal. McKee with 3, Glupker with 1. Gorky, we think, has the Mustangs goal. Don't know if they officially changed it yet, but certainly from our vantage point, it looked like he got a piece of it in front.
Yeah, I think they're going to look at that one. On our official sheet, that's what it says.
Here come Bulldogs, looking to build on it. Nice move, using that long range again is O'Keefe. And we're going to get a penalty along the 4 far boards, Mike. That's going to be a trip. So 4:28 to go here in this third period. Mustangs have their work cut out for them, but do get an opportunity here via the power play. They got to score quick.
And give them credit. They're down. They just had a back-breaking goal, and they're still working hard enough in their own end to draw penalties. And right now, they've got 53 is not out there. They're going to call the timeout. They're going to get a little bit of rest because at least I'm thinking they have to have them out on the ice.
Well, a busy next couple of weeks. No doubt about that. But there's always help wanted when it comes to the high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to MHSAA.com for more info. Mike, a busy next couple of weeks. There are a lot of showcases. I know you and I are going to be out in Livonia for the Adam Mitchell Memorial. There's the kid cam. And thank God for John Watson. I say that for many, many reasons. John Watson tells us, as we take a look at the Adam Mitchell Memorial, we'd love to see you out there. Look at that schedule, huh?
Look at that. Who are you most excited to see out there, Sean?
There are 2 games that really, really jump out to me. Heartland and Brother Rice is number 1, and I'm going to go with Northville and Warren De La Salle because I think that Chad LaRose has himself a pretty darn good team this year.
They held their own till late in the game against Catholic Central.
Howell and Orchard Lake is another one, absolutely.
I want to get my first look at this Heartland team that just right now is dominating. And I want to see what they've got, what they're doing. I know a lot of these kids out of the KV area. I want to see how Ricky Gadwell's got them playing.
And we're disrespecting 2 other big ones, if we're being honest. Stevenson Trenton is always can't miss, and Brighton Catholic Central is always can't miss.
Yes, and I think we've seen a lot of Stevenson, so that would be why we skipped over. No disrespect. And CC, we have seen them play. And I actually am going to be heading out to the CC Clarkston game coming up here on the 12th.
Oh, good. Our buddy John Watson says, yes, indeed, we are going to have one more Game Time Live before the Christmas break. We'll let you know where it is. How's that? Not yet. That's what we call a teaser in the business, okay?
I like it. I like it. You can't let the secret out because I just might show up and try to get on camera, Sean.
Owasik trying to knock it in, but swept down the ice by Bulldogs. Complete effort tonight. Empty net down here in the Northville end. McCollum head up. Sends it along the far boards to Gorky. Back into the neutral zone. Marinoff, nice move in the neutral zone, carries a wide. Now around the net. Looking, showing patience, waiting. Pass deflected and out into neutral zone. McCollum tries to regroup there. Nice move at the line. McCallum tried to cross up the defender. He wasn't buying. Back to Marinoff. Marinoff with a shot. Saul. Another big stop. With 3:14 to go. Hey, that young man's had a good night tonight as well as number 1 Quinn Saul.
They just need to settle down a second. They got a little bit away from themselves. Last power play, good puck movement, good player movement off the puck to create those chances. Right now they're forcing it where it's one-man show, get shot on net. Not a lot of movement, no one in front of the net. They got to settle down and get back to their basics.
4-1. Power play, shot right off the draw. Saul another big stop, point blank. Empty net down here in the Northville zone. If BC gets a shot, Mike, they can take that shot, not worry about the icing, at least for 28 more seconds.
A little bit of the danger of pulling the goalie when you're on the power play, but that you're just thinking you got to get a goal here. So
McCollum, trying to create some space. Lots of sticks and bodies in the way when he touches the puck. Marinoff starts one way, goes the other. Puck controlled by Bulldogs, and they send it the length of the ice. That's going to do it, Mike, for this Mustang power play. They're going to keep the goaltender out, obviously. McCallum, errant pass, dangerous pass, but picked up by Mustangs. They're going to make changes. Bulldogs with an opportunity in back behind their own net. Coming one way. Gets it to the line. Kept in by Mustangs with the fresh troops out there. Just a wide of Saul. Dumped into the neutral zone. Topolsky. Going to send it right back in. McVitie on the backhand. Gives it up. McVitie on it again for the moment, but now BC aiming for that empty net. Just a wide. Icing called with $1:49 to go.
And you don't get mad at that as a coach because you use it as a time to get a little bit of a break because right now the momentum, a little bit of juice going for Northville. Their legs have picked up a little bit. They're putting a little bit of pressure on them. I think they're going to try to get the big, here comes Marinoff. They're going to get the big dogs out here. Let's see if they can get back to that movement off the puck, creating open plays and puck movement, hitting that open guy to get some opportunities and less one-on-one.
Marinoff on one of the points. Topolsky as well. Draw controlled by BC. Centering pass. Oh, boy. McVitie was dangerous in front, but Bulldogs get it to the line, and they're going to take another icing. When you got a 4-1 lead, Mike, it's a little easier to aim towards that empty net.
Yes. I would rather have that than a turnover at the blue line. Fire the puck hard. Try to win the faceoff. But, again, a 3-goal cushion makes that a lot easier.
Now they're playing Godzilla Rock here, huh? You and I used to watch all those Godzilla movies, Ultraman. Remember that? We should watch
Did I tell you that I found Ultraman on YouTube, and me and my daughter Olivia watched it and were screaming at how awesome it was.
I need to watch that.
Oh, so good.
Marinoff now. He's been good tonight. I think Mustang's best player. One man's opinion. Mike will have the 3 stars at the end of the game. Owasik tries to throw it in deep. Lost for the moment. Bulldogs going for the empty net. That's it. That'll do it with $1:18 to go Bulldogs increase their lead to 5-1. Mike, this was not a 5-1 game. Anybody that watched this was not a 5-1 game. Heck of a lot closer than I think that final score is going to indicate.
Yes, and I think the difference that we're going to see is the end of the periods, where if we could break down the minutes of the goals, I would say that they outscored them 4-0 as the periods were coming to an end, and that's going to make all the difference in a 5-1 game. But a very, very close game that we thought would be a coin flip game to start.
Yep. Mustangs still fighting in this last minute of play in the third period. Pass into the neutral zone. Nearly a break. Had to be very careful down there. As Bulldogs, you know they aren't going to let up here, Mike.
No.
Play called as they have to touch up and get back on side. Gives Klein an opportunity to skate it up.
And you'll see no quit in a Byron Center team, and this is usually the part of the game where guys that might not have a ton of ice get out there. This is always fun to watch because they're going to be flying around because they don't know when they're going to get back out on the ice again.
Bulldogs 5, Mustangs 1. 20 seconds left. Congratulations to Byron Center. They make the most of this long trip out here. Their long trip out here continues tomorrow as they have a tilt against Clarkston, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so.
Northville's got a tilt with Brighton. One more shot, one more stop by Saul. Just kind of throws that into the corner. And the Byron Center Bulldogs come away with a 5-1 victory here at Novi Ice Arena. We got to take a break. When we come back, Mike will give us the 3 stars as the boys line up for the traditional handshake. But we can tell you, the final here from Novi tonight, Byron Center knocks off Northville by a score of 5-1. Don't go anywhere. State Champs coverage continues next, all over the State Champs Network.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Out here, it's not just about the hustle. It's about breaking the game. Every single day. Zeroing in on what we want, putting the target on it, and hitting the bullseye. Over and over again, because second best, that's for somebody else's story. The fire that fuels us, the bond that unites us, we don't just play the game. We set it ablaze. We break through.
Welcome back in. Your final score here today, Byron Center represents the West Side, and they come away with a 5-1 victory over the Northville Mustangs. In just a moment, we are going to ask Mike Ivesil for his 3 stars, but why don't we throw it down to the third member of our crew, Rockin' Rye, Robbie Elliott. Robbie?
Braxton, you just completed a hat trick in absolute style. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good. I mean, it was fun, a lot of fun out there. So,
Talk about the team performance, though. You guys, we talked about it on the broadcast, but it didn't really seem as close, or it was closer than the score showed. Just talk about the fight from you guys going up against this good Northville team.
It was a great team. It was hard to play in the first a little bit, but we came through with the win, so that was nice.
It's early in the season, but how confident do you guys feel in that ability to repeat?
I'm pretty confident. I think we can go back. It'll take some effort, but I think we got it.
Congratulations, Braxton.
Thank you.
Back to you, Sean.
Great stuff, Robbie, and certainly great stuff by Braxton McKee. Mike, I don't think Robbie ruined it for you or anybody else. No. I think we all know who the first star of the game was, but it was your chore to do the 3 stars, so why don't you start with star number 3?
star number 3, someone that was kind of silent. We didn't hear much out of it, but he did his job when he had to do it. It's the Byron Center goaltender, Quinn Saul.
I agree. That's a good choice, pal.
That was a solid game. And then we know who the number 1 star is. If there's a 1B, maybe we could have, but we'll give the number 2 star to Tommy Mironoff, a kid that every time he was on the ice, Sean, the ice tilted. They couldn't get the puck from him. He had a dominant game. He had a good game.
Who's that number 1 star, Mike?
Braxton McKee, someone that I think we're going to be hearing a lot about on ice time.
No doubt about that. Your final score here tonight from Novi, Byron Center comes away with a 5-1 victory. Hey, as I always say, the best crew in the business. Can't thank these guys enough for all the work they do. They get here hours before we do. We just walk in and sound dumb. Thank you for joining us and allowing us to sound dumb all across the State Champs Network. For Mike Iveso, my name is Sean Belagian saying good night from Novi, Michigan.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Florence Technological University. You can play sports at the next level. Go to LTURecruitYourself.com today. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. Warrior Hockey, Breakthrough, the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For schedule, scores, and standings, go to the hub, mihshockeyhub.com. Reaction Technologies, up your game. Go to reactiontechsports.com for more information. The Salvation Army, registered to ring campaign. Support the annual Red Kettle campaign. Go to registertoring.com today. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.